I was thinking about doing a Let's Play of Dragon Ball Xenoverse. It's a game that came out in 2015. It's a really good game. I remember getting it back when it came out, Xbox 360. But I don't think I ever really got a chance to beat it. I watched stuff on Let's Plays later. But it's a good game. I still think Demigra, the final boss, was a bit underused in Dragon Ball lore. I think Demigra would be a good addition to Dragon Ball FighterZ. And that could be interesting to see Demigra used as part of the Dragon Ball Super manga. That being said, also disclaimer, this is not a picture I drew, this is just a random catboy picture off the internet. But if you guys want, you guys can imagine that I look like this, that I look like an adorable catboy. But disclaimer, I don't actually look like an adorable catboy. I'm actually an eldritch horror. But if you could see what my soul looks like, I'm an adorable catboy. And whoever drew this did a good job. It's an awesome picture. So if you guys can, you can probably just imagine I look like that. Heck, it's probably a good thing I couldn't get Xenoverse to work. It would have been a boring video of anyone's watched my Shadow of War Let's Play. It's just a PowerPoint presentation of Italian stabbing orcs. So, with me just yelling in the background, I can't imagine that would be interesting to anybody. But I'll say this. This picture, at least, I think is a good physical representation of something I've said before. Because long before I even came across this picture, and I don't even remember where the hell I found it, just somewhere on Google Images or something, but I usually will describe my personality as like Dragon Ball Z fusions. Now, if I describe my physical appearance, well, honestly, I should be getting royalty checks from Chrono Trigger for my role as Lavos. Aside from that, Shimio from Death Note, or Sayuri from Doki Doki Literature Club, or as the Venus boss from Fiend Folio, Asuno's Cacophobia. Made a video about that. Starts off a little depressing, and at the end, Goku shows up to try to help people with self-esteem. I don't know. I make random videos. It's mainly a Let's Play channel. I like Let's Plays. But a lot of times I'll make videos based on whatever I feel like doing that day. And like I said, the Xenoverse is just like the Sonic Generations for some reason. It will not let me capture it with OBS. So, I can't do a Let's Play. Would have been interesting. But one, I can't record it. And two, even if I could, it's like when I did Senran Kagura. It couldn't handle the jiggle physics. The amount, and heck, there are some games that, are just visual novels that I've crashed with. And there are some games that have been surprisingly good at how they've responded. I'll say this. Spyro the Dragon, I'll say this. Crash 4 at least looks okay in recordings and plays okay for me. But Crash the Insane Trilogy, even when I was playing it, it was so laggy to where I couldn't even control my character. To where sometimes I'd push a button and my character wouldn't respond with that movement till 10 seconds later. Now, I played Spyro the Dragon. Oh, that's a great bit of childhood nostalgia. I really do enjoy Spyro the Dragon. It's a great game all around. But while it looked like it was playing okay, and it was very enjoyable playing it, until I eventually descended into rage at the World 3 falling off of stuff, and then eventually Beastmaker's World, which, it's kind of like Sonic the Hedgehog. You get more difficulty. And you go from, it's like you're still enjoying it, but now you're raging at the game. It's kind of like Super Meat Boy. I enjoyed Super Meat Boy, but I cussed at it so much. But what was I saying? Right, just the graphics. I imagine Xenoverse would it'd be like a flash presentation of just oh, here's Goku at this point. Now here's Goku a mile over here. It probably wouldn't record very well. But I would still be willing to try it It's kind of like, should I ever return to the Shadow of War? But then again, my entire playthrough of Shadow of War, I didn't die a single time. The whole game is built off the Nemesis system. I did not die a single time playing Shadow of War for the Let's Play. Granted, I didn't finish the game, but I got pretty far. Now, part of me is worried, though, like, I haven't played it in so long, I'll be rusty, and I don't want to, like, return in the middle of a fairly difficult campaign where you should be, well-versed with muscle memory, and I don't remember anything, and get, like, killed where, I should have been able to fight off and work pretty easily. And I'm like, that'd be such a lame death. Then again, you'd be watching it as a PowerPoint presentation. But yeah, with Spyro, it looked like it was recording fine, and then the final recording, it was so framey that it was painful to look at. I still post it, but that's mainly just because in case anyone's masochistic enough to... Hell with this. You can just look at it from time to time for a couple seconds. It shouldn't, hurt that much for your eyes. And just listen to me like I'm a fucking podcast. Heck, some of my videos like this, it's a still frame. Because like I said, I can't record Xenoverse. But Xenoverse, I think, was a good game. Heck, I still think it'd be an interesting thing to say, what if Gohan is descended from King Yama? Heck, what if there was some sort of Supreme Kai that was responsible for making that Supreme Kai tree thing, who then had a kid with the Supreme Kai of Time, and that kid turned out to be King Yama? Then King Yama, remember, he wound up encountering Princess Snake before Goku. So what if Princess Snake wound up having King Yama's kid, and then sent that kid to Earth, and King Yama never knew, and that kid was the Ox King? I don't know. I'm just saying, at that point, Gohan would actually, from his mother's side, Chi-Chi, be descended from the Ox King as well as multiple Supreme Kais. I think I like all sorts of what-ifs. Heck, it'd be interesting to see, what if, Goku had managed... Not it was Goku's responsibility, but I'm just saying, what if Zamasu had, turned good and decided to hang out in Universe 7? Then again, it's what if Shin from, the Supreme Kai of Universe 7? What if he just trained? What after all the Boo things? He's like, you know what? How about I just train with Goku? How about that training arc? Shin training with Goku. Or Shin training with Yamcha. They could train together. Yes, that's going to be a long debate with everyone. Who's weaker and who's stronger? Shin or Yamcha? It depends on which character you hate more. It's kind of I really enjoy Team 4-Star Abridged, but there was another person that was doing a bridge series back when Team 4-Star was beginning, called Gozar. It was one dude, did very unprofessional shit, and for about 6 months, he made 80 episodes. Though he jumped all over the place. Episode 2 was just in the middle of Cell Saga. And it was random stuff, and it was the least professional stuff, because it's one guy voicing everyone, using the least amount of editing software possible, to the point that sometimes it's just him talking over a couple slides. Or sometimes he's literally doing crayon drawings for his abridged series. So, but it was interesting humor. Sometimes he did try to go a little vulgar, but, I enjoyed watching Whitest Kids You Know and In Living Color. Oh, you guys remember In Living Color? It had Jim Carrey in it. He did things like Fire Marshal Bill. That was pretty funny. Heck, I tend to describe my personality in fusions. You could describe me as a Potara fusion. My physical appearance, I am the fusion of Skeletor and Cthulhu. That's what I look like. I look horrifying. I am Mimikyu, pretty much, okay? Heck, I don't think I'll ever do another live stream ever again, or at least in front of the camera, just because even with mask on, I feel uncomfortable in front of a camera. Self-conscious. But, yeah, I'm basically Mimikyu. But this is my little paper bag with a smiley face that's supposed to be Pikachu. You guys can imagine I'm an adorable catboy. But yeah, I'm not. I am a horrifying eldritch horror from another dimension. So, that's probably not appealing. So, heck, I made a face reveal video once. I also made an apology video. Some degree of satire, some degree of Heck, I'm sure a lot of other people out there probably feel very similar. They probably feel, in general, you have low self-esteem. You tend to feel that you're worthless, unattractive, and nobody cares about you. Nobody respects you. And basically everyone hates you and at best tolerates you. But yeah, part of that may be paranoia. Part of that's just justified. Who knows? Just saying in general, I tend to have low self-esteem and have a low opinion about what other people think of me and generally kind of feel like everyone hates me. Even family and friends and, well, literally everyone. Everyone includes everyone. But I'm sure a lot of you probably feel the same way too. So, sorry, I guess. I mean, I hope you feel better. I mean, I hope I feel better. But yeah, you can imagine I look like this. You can imagine I'm an adorable cat boy. But, yeah. In truth, I'm actually horrifying to look at. But, is what it is. I really do need to write out a fucking script or some shit, because I'm like, oh, let's just wing it. Like, I'll just talk about the xenoverse game, and I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about. I don't know, but like I'll describe myself in like Dragon Ball Z fusions. But yeah, appearance. Heck, I think. Okay, maybe slightly more satire with the whole I look like the fusion of Cthulhu and Skeletor. Kind of not satire. I don't know. I think a more accurate, human-based description would be I look like the Dragon Ball Z fusion of Jack Nicholson and Tim Curry. That then became a Fallout 4 ghoul. So, like that radiation thing that makes the people look like not so people-y? Yeah. So, combine Tim Curry and Jack Nicholson and then turn them into a Fallout ghoul, and that's me. Heck, mixing those personalities kind of also ends up with me as well. Also with the cynicism of being a ghoul. So, I think it's an accurate description, I guess? I don't know. But anyway, in general, like, I tend to describe myself in Dragon Ball Z fusions. But, I don't know, personality-wise, if I had to pick one character that actually is very accurately a description of me as a personality, Mikon. Mikon from Danganronpa 2. So, if anything, think of me as the male version of Mikon from Danganronpa 2. Plus, I could be a catboy too. I can be a Neko. Or I could be like the version of Zamasu that, never hurt anybody and just, bothered Goku. It was like, hey, you want to have a sparring match? Cool. It's like... And then, I don't know, Goku can be like a wingman, help me beat people, I guess, or something. I don't know. I'm just bullshitting about random bullshit. I'm just saying a good version of Zamasu. Like, basically, Zamasu, like, I don't know, his mental illness could be like, it could find a different outlet rather than just racism against all mortals. Then again, I mean, real life. I guess some people also probably go that route. That's probably not a healthy route. I wouldn't advise that. I don't see the appeal in it, but I guess I can understand why people would probably just act out and, I don't know, go that route of insanity. I don't know. I don't know. I guess some people just... I'm trying to logic it, and I'm really failing. Like, describe, like, why people would be... I don't know. I can understand in general being kind of angry toward people and being a little antisocial and a little bit paranoid around people in general. But I can't really understand that against a group. I can understand it more against, like, everybody. But that's more so self-esteem and reaction to negative treatment. Not so much, I don't know, some sort of... How do you even describe that? This is why you need a fucking script. What the fuck are we talking about? We're trying to, like, do a character breakdown of, like, we were talking about how, like, oh yeah, Zamasu, but, he's just not evil and not killing people and just a cool person who hangs out and he's a femboy, whatever. As opposed to then we're trying to, like, discuss the origins of racism, like, oh, racism actually exists in the real world. How does that begin? I'm like, people are assholes? I don't know. It's like, oh, this person's a really big piece of shit. Let's find some sort of scapegoat to just be a piece of shit to or something. I mean, I'm sure there's negative things that, lead into that, but I mean, that's not your only path, people. I mean, I don't know why you choose that one, but other than just you're being an asshole, but whatever, I don't care. Just be an asshole away from everyone else. It's like we're trying to, like, discuss, it's like, what causes racism? I don't know. People are assholes. But it's like, I don't know. The fuck? Like, I'm trying to, like, draw a fucking Venn diagram in my mind. Like, how does this work? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not qualified to figure out, like, it's like, yes, we solved racism. Heck, that reminds me, there was a guy, he's, like, does podcasts and stuff. He does... I thought there was a spider crawling on my foot. It was part of my headset thing. Yeah, it's like a little plastic thing that moves. What is this even for? I would say focused. What the fuck are we staying focused on? Oh, there's a guy who does podcasts, and he's like, hey, he's a white guy, and he's a black friend, and he's like, hey, I'm going to pay people that do a horror movie. And he's like, hey, I want to be at the start of your movie. And I want me and my friend to shake hands. I'm like, yes! And they even said, like, they would both wear, like, nerdy outfits with pocket protectors and everything. And they'd be doing math. And like, yes, we found the mathematical equation that solves racism. Which actually sounds kind of racist when you sound that way. Like, how? I don't know. It just sounds weird. Then again, there's sometimes I'll be passing buildings and I'll see posters that are supposed to be, like, to get people to get jobs. And I'm like, the phrasing of some things feel like it should be out of a Fallout game. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? It's like, what's happening? I don't know. What is this video? I don't know. I can't stay focused. I do not have ADHD or anything of that sort. Then again, I'd be horrible at a fucking... It's like, oh, what happened? Well, we put a teleprompter in front of Lunar, and he just started walking, and he just walked out. We have a fucking podium over here, and he's over there learning how to juggle while singing a Godsmack. So, Lunar, you were supposed to be talking to people about, I don't know, let's say the economy or something. What would be a thing that people would talk about? I mean, usually people are podiums, so like they're a politician or a preacher. Both of which are known to be liars. Heck, a lot of people say, oh, know about politics. What is there to know? The person in charge wants to manipulate how you feel and make you believe whatever they want. It's like, oh, it's about manipulation, whatever. It's like, what's this? Politicians lie? No! Oh my god, we trusted so much. Whatever. I don't know what the fuck we're talking about. But I'm just saying, if there was a teleprompter, like, everyone would be getting pissed at me. They're like, Lunar! What the fuck are you doing? It's like I'm having an imaginary conversation with Moses and Goku, and we're looking at dragons. It's like, what the fuck, Lunar? We were supposed to have a discussion over here about a serious issue. Now I'm like, I'm going to read this light novel about anime instead. It's called Hidden Dungeon Only I Can Enter. It's like, I don't know. This is a very disorganized video that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. But anyway, the one guy did a podcast, and he said, like, he wanted to dress up as a couple of nerdy guys, and just basically, it's like, he's a white guy, he's got a black friend, they're going to shake hands, and they're like, yeah, we finally solved racism, and everyone will be happy and love each other and all whatever. But then they both die, and then, of course, then no one else can know about the cure for racism, which is apparently just, my opinion, just don't be an asshole and just have basic empathy for another human being. Now, that being said, I'm not saying don't hate someone. I'm just saying if you hate someone, hate them because they deserve it. Like if they're an asshole, or if they did something to piss you off. But don't hate them because they're part of some group or some shit. Hate them because they deserve it, not because you labeled them. I don't know if this is supposed to be motivational or like... We're going to go with I'm trying to be evil, and this is the best I can do. I'm either succeeding or doing badly. I'm going to drink some Sprite. I don't know, I can list the sins I do. It's like, Lunar, why are you a horrible person? You're going to hell. Well, I drink Pepsi, I eat bacon, I don't give enough money or any money to the church anymore. Haven't done that in a long time. Don't pay tithes, don't attend a church, tend to disagree with preachers. I'm bisexual. I like anime. I haven't gone swimming in like a decade, but sometimes I'd be in the water and I'd be like doing the Kamehameha to watch the water move. I feel like we switched subjects again. I don't know. I still say hell is unjustifiable because it's just... I've already gone into multiple detail with that, but short and sweet of it is just... I don't like the premise of the idea of do what you're told or I'll hurt you. It's like that's just intimidation and extortion. Coercion. It's called coercion, you dumbass. I'm sorry. If you fucking cared enough, you could have wrote out a damn script. But again, I'm not doing this shit to be like, ooh, I'm going to be all prim and proper and make some sort of coherent video that has some sort of valid point so that somebody could actually agree with something. No, it's just that I like to talk and ramble on about whatever. There is no point. In fact, the only thing consistent, I've said it multiple times, the only thing consistent about my channel is a complete lack of professionalism. I'm just some random guy who wants to ramble about whatever. Heck, I mean, my only other thing consistent might be like my intro. My intro is greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator actively alienating everyone in both the analog and digital world. Welcome and good evening, wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8, and I was considering using a picture of demigra for this, little thumbnail background, whatever backdrop. But instead I chose to use a catboy that I think looks like the male version of Mikan from Danganronpa. And like I said, that's my personality. If I could describe my personality as a non-fusion, as just a singular being, I am the male version of Mikan, but as a catboy. So Mikan from Danganronpa, but as a catboy. That's me. That's my personality. If you had to describe me as one person. Now, if you had to describe me as a fusions, I don't know. Fire Marshal Bill and Steve Urkel. How about this? Ernest. You guys know Jim Barney? The Ernest P. Worrell. A Dragon Ball Z fusion of Ernest P. Worrell and Chip, the cable guy that was played also by Jim Carrey. It's like, why is your fusion the combination of two mentally unstable people? I'm like, that's kind of a running theme. Honestly, I'd say two of the most accurate fusions that would describe my personality would be I am the Dragon Ball Z fusion of Astolfo and Jack Hanma. Or, you can put it as, I am the Dragon Ball Z fusion of Krona from Soul Eater and Vash the Stampede from Trigun. Heck, other ones that could work. I'm Nagisa from Assassination's Classroom, Dragon Ball Z fusion with Stein, also from Soul Eater. Or how about I'm the fusion of Goku from Dragon Ball Z with Tsukasa from Dot Hack Sign. Or I am the Dragon Ball Z fusion of Zelos from the anime Slayers. It's a 1995 anime with a main character being Lena Inverse. It's a really great anime. But I'm the fusion of Zelos, which is a purple-haired guy, and Shinji Ikari. Or another way to look at it. I'm the Dragon Ball Z fusion of Vegeta and Testament. Testament is a character from Guilty Gear Strive. But yeah, I'm the Dragon Ball Z fusion of Testament and Vegeta. But I would say, most accurately, I'm the male version of Mikan from Danganronpa 2. But I'm a catboy, at least in personality. In physical appearance, I am just a... I made myself sad. I mean, I described myself a couple times negatively toward the start of the video. And now I'm like, I can't bring myself to say it anymore because I... Great. Now let's listen to random guy feel too sad to describe himself in an accurate manner. Short story. I'm old, I'm fat, and I'm horrifyingly ugly to the point that if you saw me, you'd be vomiting in your mouth. But how about we not imagine me as the horrifying eldritch horror with tentacles and squids and stuff flying around in the sky? When did this become a Mario game? That'd be a pretty kick-ass Mario game. Can you play Mario 3 in VR? I still want Super Mario World on Steam. That'd be fun. I like the old Super Mario games. I like Super Mario 1, 3, and World. Heck, I'll say this. I love my mother. I can't really say the same about my father, but I at least respect him. But me and him have differences of opinions on certain things, as well as, well, let's put it clearly. He is... I'm trying to think of a way to describe it that isn't disrespectful. Main point I want to say is this. As far as my dad, I respect him, and I don't wish any ill on him, and I don't wish any disrespect toward him. But me and him do not see eye to eye on certain things, and we have not exactly had pleasant, agreeable conversations ever. I honestly can't actually remember a single positive conversation. I mean, there's plenty of times where, we've gone to go help people move or stuff like that, but there wasn't really anything said. It was just awkward silence. But then again, this is coming from the depressed, paranoid guy with low self-esteem, body image issues, who thinks everyone in the world hates him and thinks he's disgusting and wants him to die, including family. Most of that, we'll just go with being my own mental illness and just depression and lack of positive reinforcement. That's one thing I never understood, the whole idea of people, like, the people in horror movies that would do anything wrong to anyone. Like, that person not get hugged enough, like a Full Metal Jacket sort of thing. No, that's not how that works. Most people with depression who just feel, not cared about, I guess, is the simplest way to put that. Most of those people just tend to live normal lives and function in society and don't hurt anyone and have no desire to hurt anyone. Heck, I'm a pacifist. The only times I've ever hurt anybody has always been in self-defense. And usually most of those times, had I not defended myself, I wouldn't be alive. So, yeah, it's not like... I mean, yes, I enjoy horror movies. I enjoy violent video games. Heck, I've watched some of the most, gory movies in video games. I mean, I'm the asshole suggesting DDR Maniac 007 to play Demonophobia. Heck, there's a 10th Saw movie coming out. But heck, I still think that's an interesting thing to say. is that actors like Tobin Bell or Patrick Stewart or who was that? Robert Englund, I think. Was that the person who did Freddy Krueger? And then it was, damn it, I can't. Elliot Spencer's the actor. Well, not the actor, the character that was the human that became Pinhead. I can't remember the actual human name of the human. The actual physical actor who played the guy in the fucking movie. That was kind of funny. Like, given how much prosthetics and makeup he had to do, it was such a pain to take off. The dude would go to the fucking bar and pick up women dressed in the makeup. This is back before the original movie came out, so... And then, like, the 80s or some shit. That's... Like, that would definitely, like, startle some people. But apparently he'd go out and just have drinks with women and get laid and stuff like that while wearing the Hellraiser outfit. Before the first Hellraiser movie came out, they were still shooting it. Okay, you're getting distracted. Need to stay on topic. I'm not sure what the topic is, but we're trying to stay on some sort of topic. Main point being is this. These people who do these horror movies, they're actually incredibly big, like Heath Ledger. He played Joker. He did a great job. Amazing performance. But here's the thing. If you watch any of the footage of him, but like behind the scenes, he was the nicest dude ever. He'd still be wearing the Joker makeup, and he'd just go skateboard around, joke around, laughing with people. So it's not like he was an asshole. I mean, granted, there are some people who play the Joker kind of, for some reason method acted and just were kind of dicks to their coworkers. Which is, again, why? Why would you be mean to people? Main point being is this. Heath Ledger played a terrible person in the movie. Really awesome dude. Really nice. Heck, it's kind of like Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves played John Wick. It's not like he's actually going out there shooting people with guns and being a hitman or anything. And granted, I don't know any of these people. I just know stuff from movies and interviews. But the main point being is this. People like Tobin Bell, who plays John Kramer from the Saw movie, are very big advocates for things like anti-torture, anti-cruelty, anti-violence, anti-war. Granted, don't get me wrong. I'm sure if anybody crosses them, they would probably beat the shit out of whoever, crossed them. And again, they have a lot more nuance to what their conversations and politics are. Again, it doesn't really matter. They're actors who I'm like, yeah, I enjoy their performance. But the main point being is this. Like the actor who does Freddy Krueger, the actor who does John Kramer, the actor who does Hellraiser. These people, they're not their character. They're like the nicest, most down-to-earth, most relatable people. I mean, if you ever watched any of Tobin Bell's interviews, like I said, if you watch any of the interviews of Tobin Bell, or Patrick Stewart, or Robert Englund, or again, the guy whose name I can't remember. Let me get my phone. I'm trying to reach without taking off. Okay, I gotta take off the headset. I can't go far enough to. Oh. Yes, my back hurts. Stop bitching. He's like, Lunar, we hear you make old man noises. It's like, yes. I'm a fucking old person. I'm 36 years old. I just got home from working a 12-hour shift in a fucking factory. And I worked a 12-hour shift the previous day. Granted, it's not that big a deal because, I get paid overtime wage and it helps pay rent and stuff. But who knows? Maybe in time I'll just get fired from my job or something because they're constantly wanting more quotas and I'm not sure if I can, achieve that goal. Heck, I'm already taking a lot of Tylenol and caffeine. So, heck, maybe they'll decide I'm just not good enough at my job, or maybe I'll, just be the fuck up I am, and they'll fire me for being the worthless piece of shit, unlovable person I am. That was oddly specific. Okay, I'm sorry I can't stay on topic, and I have horrible self-esteem as I type into Google on my phone who the actor for Pinhead is. Everyone's like, are you going to find a script on your phone? I would hope so. Because otherwise, what the fuck are we talking about? I don't know. I'm just going to type Hellraiser actor. There's a yawn into the microphone. Doug Bradley. Yeah. So, the person who plays Elliot Spencer, or otherwise known as Pinhead or Hellraiser guy, Doug Bradley. Just saying, and I'm pretty sure Robert Englund's the guy who plays Freddy Krueger, or at least the original one. I'm probably remembering that wrong. But I'm just saying, Robert Englund, Doug Bradley, Tobin Bell, Patrick Stewart, Heath Ledger, all these, horror movie actors are the nicest people ever. At least from interviews. So I assume they're at least trying, but I'm at least giving the benefit of the doubt they're just being their own candid self. But so I don't have to go through and list 40 different names. It's 6, man. Whatever, I don't care. Main point being is this. Take Tobin Bell's interviews. He sounds like he's a very down-to-earth guy. And in general, for the most part, is this. 1. Take the Saw traps. The people appreciate their lives. Let's be clear. If somebody is having any of the issues, this person doesn't appreciate their life, 1, causing them a physical injury is not going to help them. 2, causing them psychological disorders and stress and PTSD is also not going to help. If anything, that's going to make it worse. You do not heal traumas with more trauma. You do not fix depression with, fear and, fight or flight instinct situations. That's just going to make it worse. You're going to make the people, more depressed. But again, it's, John Kramer is not exactly supposed to be... Not sure how to finish that sentence. Main point being is this. It is not a good way to help people. Usually I would suggest therapy, a doctor, a psychiatrist, a therapist, talking to your loved ones, family, friends, adopting a couple adorable bunnies, but only if you know that you can take proper care of them. Yes, I've been thinking about adopting bunnies. I'm going to name them Lace and Iris. And yes, it's a reference to Dragon Spirit: The New Legend. It's a game on the NES, came out in 1987 by Bandai Namco, which also I think also did Xenoverse. Good game. I can't record it though, because fuck. But it would have been cool to do a Let's Play of that, as well as a Let's Play of Sonic Generations. That would have been fun. I guess all Sonic Origins was out there, and I'm I don't know if I want to try to play that and record it. I'd rather just play that casually myself, and I'll probably just play Xenoverse and casually myself, and Sonic Generations. it would be cool to play it casually. I just haven't got around to it. I've just been busy. But I don't know what the main thing is this. I personally am an advocate. One of my strong things is, anti-torture, anti-violence, in general, I don't like the idea of politics because it's depressing. And also, I don't want to be about that. I just want to be the silly, funny catboy who plays video games and yells at rage games like Super Meat Boy. I don't want to deal with that other shit. I just... in general, my YouTube channel is just me talking without ow, fuck, fuck, what, ow, God, fuck, Jesus Christ, fuck, why? What the fuck even causes that? Thankfully it doesn't cause a fucking issue. I'm fucking working. But it's now you're sitting down and stretching. I know. Let's have, all your fucking calf, your right leg, just fucking Charlie horse. Well, whatever the fuck this is on the left side, inside of my fucking foot, is cramped up so bad, it feels like some part of the muscle, it's like a straight line from my fucking ankle all the way to my fucking big toe. It wants to come out of my fucking skin, and it feels like my big toe and my middle toe are fucking out of their joint. So if I could kindly stop having a fucking incredibly painful Charlie horse, where everything... Can I please move my ankle without hurting? What the fuck even causes this? It's like, oh, you're just going to be sitting here, random fucking Charlie horse of go fuck yourself. Fucking goddamn it. Jesus fucking Christ. Ah! Fuck you! Ow! What the fuck was I talking about? I got distracted. I don't know what I was talking about. Well, at least Gramps over. Drinking more of this Sprite. Saying something about Dragon Spirit. It's a video game. I know I was saying the thing about Tobin Bell, and like, basically I'm just saying those actors, they're good people. They're nice people. Down-to-earth, polite people. In general, yeah, politics. I don't like talking about politics. In general, my politics is things like, people shouldn't commit suicide. Mental health awareness. Be kind to people. Torture is wrong. Bigotry, not cool. I don't know. I really am just spacing the fuck out. I don't know. What are my politics? I don't know. I'm a catboy that wants people to talk about their feelings and emotions. Heck, you can express yourself. I mean, as long as you're not hurting yourself and not hurting anyone else. I mean, here's the thing. Obviously, if there's something wrong in your life and you can do something to fix it, that's good. Obviously, things like going to the gym is very important. Going to a doctor is very important. Now, if you go to the gym, of course, be careful. Don't get hurt. Know your limits. Don't try to lift too much to hurt yourself or something. Heck, I'll say this. Going to the gym should supplement your life, not take over it. Now, that being said, I am not successful at physical fitness. I at least go to the gym. I try. I'm a failure. I am a failure at everything in life. But that's fine. I can at least say my personal experience, but you don't really have to take it as advice because, one, I'm not the kind of person who wants to tell any people what to do. Two, is because what's my advice worth when, it's like, oh, yes, it's the guy who who lifts weights and tries to build muscle, but he's not successful. It's like, yes, it's that guy. He likes to play guitar. He's horrible at it. But he enjoys doing it. It's like, you have these hobbies and you're terrible at them. Heck, I've been meaning to try to get down to try to listen, do Reach So Good, because I want to try to do a good cover of that song by Rammstein. And I also want to learn Japanese. But I'm like, okay, I'll do that first, and then I'll try getting into the Japanese stuff. Why? Because I don't want to confuse myself too much. So let's stick with trying to mess with the German song first, and then I'll try to hop into the Japanese stuff. But yeah, in general, the main thing is I'm advocate of just people being nicer to themselves. People, I know it's hypocritical for me to say, but at least having better self-esteem and self-image stuff and being more sociable and just, if you can make self-improvement, that's good too. But in general, I just want people, to be themselves and be happy and be nice to people. Heck. One thing I do want to encourage people to do is talk about your feelings. Of course, if you want to talk about them, do it with somebody you trust. And if you don't have any trust, at least then talk to yourself, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes I'll listen to nightcore music and just lay in the dark and cry. Obviously, it's not something I would suggest any of you to do, in front of other people. But again, that's the point, not the point. The point of, crying is just release endorphins, as well as to vent those emotions to help you feel better. Plus, talking about stuff out loud. At least by talking about it out loud to yourself, it lets you have a better understanding of yourself. But, heck. What the fuck is my fucking politics? Anti-suicide, anti-violence, anti-torture, anti-cruelty, anti-war. I'm bisexual. I like tits and cock. I mean, I like Pepsi. I like bacon. Yes, I understand I'm a horrible monster for liking Pepsi. It's fine, though. I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about. I have no idea. But I'm just saying the actors, like, they're good people, but they act like, even though they do, like, they're in movies where they're horrible villains, they're people who in real life would never ever do such a thing and are huge advocates of, that not doing, like, basically like Tobin Bell's like, yeah, that's not how you help somebody with depression or having issues psychologically. That's not how you help people. But of course, John Kramer sitting down having a lecture with people and just talking to them in a peaceful environment while they hold a little teddy bear and watch like Overlord together and just share a couple cans of Pepsi and talk about their feelings and make each other feel better. That doesn't make for much of a movie. That's not a movie. There's no conflict. There's no movie. There's no ticket sales. Whereas, here's the thing. In real life, some of the best things you can do is just That's not a word. I don't care. I don't know what word is correct to use in this situation. I'm just saying, like, usually, like, say if you're with your friends, usually the best times you spend with those people are the times you're not doing anything. Like, say if you're, like, sitting around drinking Mountain Dew and you're playing Halo 3 Legendary Campaign and you're eating pizza rolls. Are you actually accomplishing anything productive? No. Are you doing anything other than just sitting in a room and a bunch of guys sitting there playing a video game, yelling at a TV screen? No, that's all you're doing. Is it still a valuable memory as part of friendships? Yes. Heck, I think Winnie the Pooh said it well in the movie where Obi-Wan had a family, where, sometimes doing nothing is productive. Or however, I don't know, I haven't watched the movie in a while. But main point being is, sometimes doing nothing, whether it's spending time with a loved one, whether it's family, friends, or even your lover, whether it's your boyfriend, girlfriend, your imagination, I don't know. The last part's depressing. It's like, yes, with your romantic partner. That most of us listening to this probably don't have. I'm just saying, spending time with that person, I mean, that's, even if, like, you don't have to be doing anything, like, you just be sitting there both reading a book next to each other. Heck, I mean, imagine, like, granted, of course, if you have, like, you and a romantic partner, you're going to be spending a lot of time having sex, taking showers together, doing stuff around the house, whatever, going places. But there'll be times where you just sort of are sitting there, and you're not really talking to each other, but you're just sort of maybe cuddling a little bit, but you might each be, reading a different book. You're just enjoying each other's company. Is that a thing? Like, do people... Then again, I'm the kind of person I've usually tried to enjoy sharing hobbies with people. Like, heck, I had one girlfriend. Granted, this is, like, forever ago. But her whole family was really big into football. I don't really like football. But I would actually sit and watch football on the TV with her and her family. So her parents would be there, as well as her sisters. I enjoyed it. In the same regard, we also play like Magic the Gathering and various other nerdy activities. But main point being is this. Sometimes it's not about, doing anything that has some sort of measured productivity. Like, oh, we did this and it's measured this many units of whatever, or we did this and went there, or, oh yeah, we had this. Like in a movie, you have to have some sort of conflict. Whereas I'll say this, in friendships, in relationships, what's the point of that? I mean, obviously, if there's something to have a disagreement about, yes, you need to hash it out. But, I mean, here's the thing. From my personal experience, I don't like having to... Like, obviously, if there's something to argue about, fine. But imagine if you're in a relationship and it's just arguments all the time. Why on earth would you want to be with someone like that, regardless of, gender or sexual orientation? So, I mean, it doesn't matter who you are or who you're dating. Why would you want to be with somebody that's always confrontational, always aggressive, always starting some sort of fight? I mean, aren't you supposed to be with somebody that cares about you? I mean, but then again, I don't know. Sometimes I've things I've either seen in personal experiences or seen in my friends' personal experiences, where it's like you're with somebody and there's like almost like they're going out of their way to find faults with you or to cause problems. Whereas me, I'm like, why wouldn't you just want to just be happy? Obviously, if there's something is going on, yes, fix the problem. But if there's no problem, that's good. Heck, in general, I mean, why would you not want to? Why would you want to be with someone who isn't being loving and caring? Heck, me personally, I mean, I would like a doting partner. You know, and everyone's like, "Are you going to define the word doting?" Yes. It's basically somebody who's like very uncritical of you, very overly fond, very accepting. Basically, I just want to be loved and accepted. But I think everyone else feels the same way. And you don't need everyone in the world to care about you. After all, it'd be kind of shallow if it was. I mean, it's very base level then, or however you describe it. It's more so with friends and family or romantic partner. You want them to be able to at least understand you to a degree. I mean, no one ever fully understands anyone. But you want somebody to care about you, love you, and respect you, and accept you. Yeah, that is a thing, though. But I'll say this. I love my mom. I do love my mom. Some of the best memories I have in terms of her is just the times that she'd be cooking dinner, and I would just be sitting and talking to her. Or maybe, would sit and play with little toy cars or other toys, or sit and play video games like Dragon Spirit or Robo Warrior, or Super Mario 1, Super Mario 3, Spyro the Dragon, Crash Bandicoot. And granted, even then, my mom was not very good at those games. I mean, she probably played more of the Spyro the Dragon than any of the rest of the... Don't know what caused that to occur, but okay. Oh, I think I know. Okay, that'll be something to try to figure out how to edit. If you guys are wondering, I'm like looking at some background stuff. I'll have to figure out some way to edit that. That way you guys don't, because the way I have this set up, there's some stuff on the corners, but I'll have to figure that out. So I definitely can't upload it to YouTube like that. And in general, I don't like editing, but I'll have to put little blurring stuff on the side because it was a black, and then of course I wound up getting a notification that actually lit up the screen behind it, so Basically, there's nudity back there. I'm using Twitch. Not Twitch, Twitter. Main point being is this. I love my mother. Now, if I were to be... I love my mom, but as far as dad, it's just... It's been kind of awkward about a lot of things, and I really don't even... Just can't say we really gotten along that well. Just saying. How accepting they would actually be if I were to be open with them about a lot of things. I don't know what this video is about. I was going to make a xenoverse video, and then I just started talking about... I don't know. Hi, I'm Lunar. I'm an adorable cat boy. Heck, if only that was a race in the whole... Like, you could pick Neko. Because I remember in Xenoverse, you had to pick, like, if you were a Saiyan, or a human, or a Namekian, or an android, or a Majin, like Majin Buu. I think I remember mainly played as Saiyan in the past just because that's more fun. More attack power, plus Saiyan transformation, Super Saiyan. Who doesn't want to go Super Saiyan? All men want is one thing, and it's considered disgusting. I want to be a Super Saiyan. Or, you know... I don't know. Heck. Imagine a character creator. I mean, heck, what if I went with Majin Buu? I could be like Majin Moon. Lunar. Majin Moon. At that point, why can't I just make it a catboy? But like Lunar, Catboy, Majin Moon. Then heck, at that point, if I can edit it, whatever, you know, can you edit your dick in Dragon Ball Xenoverse? Just give yourself a big dick. Then again, like, what guy doesn't want to have a big dick? I don't know. Dragon Ball Xenoverse. It's like, what character did you pick? Oh, I picked the Catboy. Like, oh, what's your name? What's your Catboy? It's like, oh, I am Lunar, the big cock Catboy, Majin Moon. I don't know. What the fuck? I still say, like, demigra would be a great addition to fighters. Heck, I think in Street Fighter 6, it'd be cool to have Jack Hanma. It'd be cool to have... How about Bridget? How about Krona from Soul Eater? How about Ainzul Gon, Momonga from Overlord? How about Milim Nova from Reincarnated as a Slime? What about Felicia from Darkstalkers? Or, heck, Street Fighter 6, Hercule, or Yamcha? I don't know. Trying to think of other fighting games that could be crossovers, like Batman and Robin, Kevin Sorbet. I'm getting ice cream. Kevin Sorbo, you know. I don't know. I'm gonna take a shower, get something to eat, go back to sleep, and go back to work. Also, I gotta edit part of the video. Basically, I'll just put big ass blurry rectangles on either side because, you know, I can't show nudity stuff. So anyway, well, I'm sorry I rambled so much. Thank you for anyone who listened. I hope everyone out there has a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, and I hope everyone out there has all the hugs and head pats you could ever want. And whatever it is, guys, you're all being too hard on yourselves. Be nice to yourself. I want you to love yourself and listen to some cool nightcore music and drink a nice cold can of Pepsi. Bye, everyone.